Hello and welcome. My name is Jennifer Attard, and in conjunction with Ashley Ryder and Shannon Ventresca, we have created a grant proposal beyond definitions using extended reality to transform vocabulary learning that addresses literacy growth and development using immersive extended reality or XR technology experiences for middle school students. Our proposal combines evidence based, explicit vocabulary instructional strategies in combination with immersive XR experiences using Merge EDU and the Merge Cube. The specific XR technology tools will transform traditional vocabulary instruction into meaningful, real world experiences and contexts that will strengthen the foundations of literacy instruction for all students. In reviewing East Cobb Middle School's Literacy School Improvement Plan, there is a significant literacy need with over half of 6th and 7th grade students and 71.7% of 8th graders reading below grade level. Based on concepts identified in Scarborough's reading rope based on the science of reading, building skilled readers is dependent on using decoding skills for word recognition and making meaning through language comprehension. To increase language comprehension skills, targeted vocabulary instruction is an essential part of increasing students' Lexile levels because vocabulary skills are interconnected within all of the language comprehension skills. They strengthen a student's overall comprehension when they are able to connect new or unfamiliar vocabulary to the overall meaning of a text. However, traditional vocabulary instruction focuses on students simply memorizing definitions of words without building a deeper understanding in their meanings. Our project proposal using the XR technology tools Merge EDU and Merge Cube address this instructional need. Our proposal blends explicit vocabulary instruction with immersive XR experiences. Teachers introduce vocabulary using evidence based literacy practices. Students apply that knowledge through Merge EDU and Merge Cubes with peer collaborative discussions, and then students create their own examples. Finally, students are formatively assessed on word meanings.
After evaluating three different XR technologies, Nearpod VR, Merge EDU, and Microsoft HoloLens 2, we ultimately selected Merge EDU because it provided the best overall balance of affordability, accessibility, and instructional value for our school. While HoloLens offers an incredible mixed reality experience, the cost of purchasing enough headsets for classroom use makes it unrealistic for many schools. Nearpod VR is a bit more affordable and works well for teacher led virtual experiences, but it doesn't give students many opportunities to manipulate objects or create their own learning experiences. Merge EDU stood out because students actively interact with three-dimensional objects using a physical Merge cube and an iPad. This hands on experience encourages exploration, collaboration, and creativity while still fitting within a realistic school budget. We also placed Merge EDU in the Creative Amplify quadrant of the PICRAT model because it enhances traditional instruction while giving students opportunities to construct and demonstrate their own understanding rather than simply receiving information from the teacher. Our lesson begins with what good vocabulary instruction already includes. The teacher starts by introducing each vocabulary word by discussing its definition, morphology, part of speech, synonyms, antonyms, and examples of how the word is used in context. This is an important and first step because technology is not replacing evidence based literacy instruction, it's enhancing it. Once students have a foundational understanding of the vocabulary word, the teacher models how the word appears within Merge EDU. For example, students may be learning the word apprehensive. Before students begin exploring independently, the teacher demonstrates a scene that illustrates someone experiencing uncertainty or fear about something that's going to happen. While rotating the Merge Cube, the teacher asks guiding questions that encourage students to connect what they see with the vocabulary word. This guided instruction helps students begin building meaning before they transition into independent exploration. Once students understand how the vocabulary word is represented, they become active participants in the learning process. Students independently explore additional scenes using their Merge cubes, discussing what they notice with classmates, and explaining how each situation demonstrates the vocabulary word. These conversations encourage students to justify their thinking and hear multiple perspectives, which strengthens both vocabulary development and communication skills. Next, students move from consumers of information to creators of knowledge. Using Merge EDU's object viewer, they design or select their own visual representation of the vocabulary word and explain why it accurately reflects its meaning. This creative component encourages deeper thinking because students must apply the vocabulary rather than simply recognizing it. Finally, students complete a gamified formative assessment where they identify examples and non examples, match synonyms and antonyms, and use the vocabulary word correctly in context. By the end of the lesson, students have explored, discussed, created, and applied the vocabulary word in multiple ways, making it much more likely that they will retain and transfer that knowledge to future reading experiences.
Educational benefits. Our project strengthens vocabulary instruction while supporting multilingual learners, students with disabilities, and neurodivergent learners. The immersive environment encourages curiosity, collaboration, critical thinking, and stronger reading comprehension through meaningful experiences rather than memorization. Our budget. Our grant request totals $19,537.10. Most funding supports hardware, including 30 iPads and 30 Merge Cubes. Additional funding provides Merge EDU software, along with protective cases, a charging cart, storage bins, cardstock, and glue sticks. These resources create a sustainable classroom set that can be shared across multiple classrooms and grade levels. Vocabulary is one of the strongest predictors of reading comprehension, yet it is often taught through memorization. Our proposal reimagines vocabulary instruction by combining evidence based literacy practices with immersive extended reality experiences that actively engage students in building meaning. Through this approach, we believe students won't just remember vocabulary, they'll understand it, apply it, and retain it. Thank you for your time and consideration.